You're a business owner.
Check.
You have business owner's insurance.
Check.
And 10 years ago, that wouldn't have been enough. Today, small businesses are being targeted and taken down by hackers. Medical offices, consultants, CPAs, any business that's built success has everything to lose. You probably have cybersecurity installed on your computer.
Check.
But you probably don't have cyber insurance. Coverage against loss and damage if your data is compromised. Cyber Policy covers that gap. Cyberpolicy.com shops the leading cyber insurers to find you the right policy at the right price to avoid a catastrophe. Coverage against loss and damage if your data is compromised. Get a custom quote today in just 4 minutes. And for a limited time, use the promo code BLOGTALK to get Norton's small business protection for up to 5 devices. Free when you sign up for cyber insurance. Plan, prevent, insure. Visit cyberpolicy.com. That's cyberpolicy.com.
Blog Talk Radio.
Hi, this is Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter, and you're listening to No BS Hiring Advice Radio. We do this on Blog Talk Radio weekly, Wednesdays at approximately noon. It's a show where I like to spend about 15 minutes speaking with you as an HR professional, hiring manager, maybe you're a small business owner, talking with you about some element of job search, because I frankly believe most of you have systems in place that make it a lot harder for you than it really needs to be. So I try to talk with you about some ways you can be doing things differently. And some people send me emails saying thank you. Some people whine, piss, and moan, and that's okay. You're not paying me. I'm offering this for free. And I'll just simply say that, for some of you, it is valuable advice, and for some of you, you're getting what you paid for it. But I'll also say that I'm helping a lot of folks, just judging by the messages I get from people. So this show is brought to you by Audible. And if you go to audibletrial.com/The Big Game Hunter and sign up for a free trial of Audible, you'll get a complimentary audiobook as part of that trial. So again, audibletrial.com/The Big Game Hunter. And there's a free audiobook as part of the trial. Now, this is a show where, I had one of those cute titles. Who are you going to call? Who are you going to call? And I apologize. I know I don't sound myself. I'm not doing the show with the normal energy that I have. I've been fighting a bug for a little less than a week now. It's not debilitating, but I just know I don't sound right. My throat isn't quite right. So I'm a little bit more soft-spoken, a little bit more raspy. I feel like I've got some congestion. Excuse the description of symptoms. I apologize. By the next time you hear me, I'm sure I'll be much better. So this show, we're going to talk about who you can call for support, and that basically is a quality professional recruiter. So for many of you, the issue isn't that you're working with professional recruiters, it's that you aren't. They may say they're recruiters, but what they are, no disrespect on the basis of youth, but they're 22 years old. They have filled 4 jobs since starting with their agency 6 months ago, and they've been told to basically say, hi, I got this great guy, you really got to talk to him. He's terrific. Okay. Thank you. And go on to the next phone call, and they don't understand what you're talking about because they've never filled a job in the kind of work that you do, never worked in that area, and even if they have, they just don't have the perspective and seasoning that comes with experience. So it's not that you have to have as many years as I do, but you need to start evaluating people and interviewing them to get a better handle for what they do. So a good professional recruiter is going to help you with a number of things. And here were some of the thoughts that I had about why you should take on a quality professional recruiter, not just to fill the current opening, but to establish a relationship with them where they're filling openings for your firm for many years. So, point number one I want to make is that a quality recruiter is going to leave you to be able to work on other things that are really the crux of your work. Now, if you're, again, I'm going to use stereotypes here, 24 years old and been hired to be a recruiter for a firm, some firms, actually want you to recruit, and other firms want you to interview. And if your job is to call into companies and source people and interview them, and you've got a caseload that's far greater than what any person could reasonably expect, you need help. So a recruiter is going to a good recruiter, an incompetent one is just going to waste your time, and who needs them? But a good recruiter is going to find a finite number of people who are going to fit what you've described in the way of responsibilities and requirements and deliver quality people to you. Another thing a recruiter can do is stay engaged with candidates that you can't. So, for example, you're carrying a workload of, I'm just going to pick a number at random, 10 jobs. And if you talk to one person a day for those 10 jobs, maybe they're right, maybe they're wrong, maybe your hiring manager actually interviews them, and the third-party recruiter is able to stay in contact with each person while you're kind of doing the dance of multiple positions. They're handling the single candidate to make sure that they remain engaged and interested. So it winds up saving you a lot of time. Now, if you want to stay engaged, that's your prerogative. What one of my clients does very simply is most of the contact with candidates they handle. They keep me in the loop, and when they need me, they bring me in. But sometimes they're stalling, and I'm the one who's staying with the candidate in order to make sure that they feel like they're getting sufficient touch in order to keep them on the hook for the position when the manager's ready to make a move. So we'll stay engaged. I'll stay engaged with the candidate to ensure that they remain interested. I'll also say that for many of you, especially if you're a director, C-level professional, hiring manager, your time is money, and you're coordinating lots of things that are your A priorities. And recruiting may not be the A, it may be an A minus. We can quibble over what letter grade to assign it, but on your job, your business card, it doesn't say recruiter in chief. It may say you're the chief marketing officer for your organization. Recruiting is part of your job, but you're out there marketing and promoting and selling for your firm and creating programs that allow firms to really be engaged with you, with your organization, with your product offerings. You're not talking to people all day long like recruiters are. Even if you hired a recruiter to review resumes for you, dissect them, and deliver people to you who you might eventually hire, that just saves you a lot of time. So it's always smart to bring on a recruiter in ways that will support your work rather than be in a situation where you're just overwhelmed because you have too many things to do in your core work and you just don't have time to do the recruiting that you need to have done. Another thing that a quality recruiter will do for you is they will target in on businesses that you specify. So, for example, you have two competitors in your geographic area who really have very strong people for the kind of work that you do. You want them, you can't call. You can't recruit out of there. It's like inviting a trade war. But a third-party recruiter can and will. You tell them where you want them to come from, they'll go out and get them. So recognize that a third-party recruiter is just going to save you a lot of time and give you a superior candidate that's going to satisfy your curiosity about who's in the market for what you need. What will also happen is you're going to miss out on fewer quality people because, they're the ones who are expert at staffing. Again, at least the good ones are. They know how it works. They know how to sell quality candidates. They'll work with you and massage you at times because, no disrespect intended, many of you are not good at hiring. You just aren't. You're good at what you do, but you don't hire particularly well. So they'll start educating you along the way so that you really can deliver the goods to candidates. I'll also say that developing a relationship with a third-party recruiter lets you know that there's a valued resource not just simply for this job search, but for many years to come. If you stay in touch with someone, they'll love you and they'll be in your corner forever and not taking your people. So recognize that's another value to being to hiring a third-party recruiter. I'll also say that salary negotiations tend to go a lot smoother. They know how to finesse candidates more effectively than you might. So they'll try and manage the search to elicit what it is this person is going to be looking for in a way that you don't feel as though you're being sold. They'll sell for you and kind of maneuver the candidate to want to take the job at your particular price. But at the end of the day, they're there to serve you because you're the one that does the hiring, and they want to have their relationship for years. The last thing I want to point out is that third-party recruiters can help you make money. So if a recruiter finds an individual with substantial skills, that person is going to generate revenue and save you time and money. I'll just simply say that quality recruiting winds up paying for itself many times over. And for you as a HR professional, small business owner, hiring manager, the value of that third-party recruiter is enormous. Take the time to develop relationships with a couple of them, and you'll wind up having allies for life. So I'm Jeff Altman. Hope you found this helpful. Also want to mention, if we're not connected on LinkedIn, send a connection request to linkedin.com/IN/the-big-game-hunter. I accept connection requests from people worldwide, except if you look like a spammer or scammer, except if you're a third-party recruiter. And I also want to mention that next week I'm going to try and upload an episode of the show rather than doing it live. I'm going to try and record over the weekend. And the reason for all of this is I was invited to appear as a guest on someone else's show. So we record at noon, we do it live, and it's a 1-hour interview with a panel of people. We haven't really discussed the topic yet, but we'll figure it out. So I'm Jeff Altman. Hope you found this helpful. Hope you have a great day, and I hope I feel better real soon.
You're a business owner.
Check.
You have business owner's insurance.
Check.
And 10 years ago, that wouldn't have been enough. Today, small businesses are being targeted and taken down by hackers. Medical offices, consultants, CPAs, any business that's built success has everything to lose. You probably have cybersecurity installed on your computer.
Check.
But you probably don't have cyber insurance. Coverage against loss and damage if your data is compromised. Cyber Policy covers that gap. Cyberpolicy.com shops the leading cyber insurers to find you the right policy at the right price to avoid a catastrophe. Coverage against loss and damage if your data is compromised. Get a custom quote today in just 4 minutes. And for a limited time, use the promo code BLOGTALK to get Norton's small business protection for up to 5 devices. Free when you sign up for cyber insurance. Plan, prevent, insure. Visit cyberpolicy.com. That's cyberpolicy.com.
Ready to make fashion fireworks? Right now at Old Navy, get up to 60% off the entire store during Old Navy's Red, White, and New sale. Save big with items for $2, $4, $6, and $8, including women's tanks for just $2. And up to 60% off summer essentials like flip-flops, tank tops, swimwear, and shorts. Get more bang for your buck with up to 60% off your favorite all-American styles right now at Old Navy and OldNavy.com. Select styles only. Entire store offer valid 6/28 to 7/5. Excludes clearance, gift cards, register lane items, jewelry, today-only deals, 2-day-only deals.